Hi all, this is Dr. Chase bringing you live from Long Island, New York, where the weather was absolutely fantastic. It's the second day in a row. The stocks that I owned did CVM, ATHX, flat. I didn't like the conference call on the earnings report on CVM at all. The CEO was not there again. It was flat. It lacked something. It lacked the Gil Van Brocklin oomph. I also listened to the conference call on XXII, and that was disappointing. The CEO there couldn't handle a hostile shareholder who was very much on the attack, and he lent too much credence to his comments. So I was disappointed by that conference call, disappointed by the ATHX conference call. I think both stocks will be down in the morning. CVM just shoots up every day. It's up about $8 already. I said last time I would sell some at 7, and this time I'm selling some at 11. As always, do your own due diligence. My opinions are strictly my own. Do not constitute investment advice. We're doing the vlog continuation of Biotech report from A to Z. We're still on the A's. I have 5 more A's, including amgn. Maybe I have 6 more A's. And I'm also always going to look at AMD and SPY just to focus on 2 particular names as a constant. So every day, AMD, SPY. There we go. Let's see if this sharing works. Okay. What's the expression that the kids learn nowadays? Sharing is caring. I learned that from my granddaughter. All right, let's go from left to right. ADXS. Well, ADXS is a name that I'm trying to forget. I mean, I owned it on a run from about 3 to 30. Sold some of it, held too much of it. I mean, I made some nice money, but I also gave back a lot. And then more recently, before the reverse split, made an attempt at getting back in, only to lose a little bit more money. So after the reverse split, its behavior has been pretty abysmal. It's caught now in a trading range between, let's say, a low of 320 and a high of 375. So you want to play this one? It looks like up and back in that trading range. If you want to swing, go ahead, be my guest. It doesn't look like it's going anywhere other than between the bottom of the range and the upper part of the range. Right now, it's in the middle part of the range, so your guess is just as good as mine, up or down. Again, if it hits the bottom of the range, you could take a shot. If it hits the top of the range, you could take a shot shorting if you're into shorting. I'm not. ALNY. I don't know why it's not loading. Probably because I have too many windows open. Okay, and alny Pharmaceuticals. I bought this one about 90, I think, or 80, I don't remember. Pretty much near the highs. So I'm not doing well on this one. Fortunately, I don't own a lot of it. But when I look at I haven't looked at the chart lately. And if I had, I would have sold it right after it busted support at 79.79. But it serves me right for not paying attention and watching it now. I see it drift all the way down here. Is it too late to sell? I don't know. Maybe I'll still get rid of it. It's in a free fall. It's one of those don't catch the knife situations. if this low is taken out, it's trouble. 6303, that's a long way to go, but if that's taken out, it's big trouble. So I don't know what's fundamentally wrong with this stock, but it obviously is something pretty bad. I'm going to go to the next one because I'm getting a little nauseous looking at this one. The next one is Amgen. I've owned Amgen in the past to make money, and I've made money every time I've owned it. But I don't know that it's time to get in yet. I know May 16th it goes ex-dividend. It's paying a nice dividend. I forget what it is, over 3%. The annual dividend is good, and unfortunately, I think the annual dividend may get better because it may very well test the lows of this candle on May 7th at about 167. So at the very least, if I'm thinking about buying this, I want to buy it at 170, 150. So I want to get at least a little bargain from where it is now. And be in it for the dividend, I guess. Sometimes that can cost you money. Amgen, of course, is a great company, paying a nice yield. So at some point, it's going to be a steal. I just don't think yet. I could be wrong. Maybe now is the time to pounce. I certainly could be wrong. I've been wrong before, and I'll be wrong again. But I'm going to wait on it, even though I do want to buy it. I kind of salivate over that one. Amrn, another one that's getting me upset because I'm not paying enough attention. All right, at least it's got support at this candle's bottom, the low of 1722. It's very near support. So I'm not too worried. If it goes through that, the next key level here would be 1665. I don't like losing money, but I think there's always a good chance that this one gets bought out almost overnight. So what's 1745 now could be $35 or $30 or whatever number the takeout happens at. So of course, you can argue after its great results, after its great fish oil, Vasipa trials, it did not get taken out immediately. Rumor after rumor after rumor, Pfizer, Novartis, etc., were all rumored to take it out. But it doesn't mean it's not going to happen. It still may happen. All right, and if it doesn't happen, maybe, just maybe, it catches fire anyway. So you can play it for a swing, or you could play it long term. I'm in it to win it. So I'm in it for a while. I'm going to stay in it. I don't plan on adding at this point in time. ARWR, I'm in that one to win it. I've been in it a while. This one, if it pulls back to the support levels, let's say 1750, I might just feel like buying a little more if I'm hungry. It's got to get through this resistance at the 50-day, and then it could fly. After hours, it got through it. I think it was on a good earnings report. I didn't pay attention, but apparently it had good earnings. I don't know about the conference call. I wasn't in on that. So, I mean, it's showing life. There's no question. It's pulling away from this support line in a little bit of a trend, forming a new trend line up. Breaks through this, then you're looking at the next target being about 1930, 1925, in that vicinity. which would be a nice little pop from 1833. So I own, I don't own a significant amount. I own about the amount that I want to maybe add some. So again, if it for some reason pulls back, I'll be adding. It probably won't pull back tomorrow because of a good earnings report, unless we have a disastrous day tomorrow. Hopefully that isn't the case. So hopefully it will go up tomorrow, up or down. Dr. J doesn't care that much either way about this one. I'm going to add a modest amount, probably either way. Let's go to the next Biotech. AYTU. I'm not in this one. And this one does not have a bad chart. It's pulling away from its upper trend line, always a good sign. Bad sign is that on Friday, it could not get through resistance at the high of 253. It fell short of it, making a double top. I don't like double tops. So I'm not going to be happy, really happy with this one until it breaks 252. Breaks 252, I think it looks pretty good. Let's just take a look at the weekly for a moment. Oh, it doesn't, come on. I'll blow this weekly up. I don't know what I'm looking at on the weekly. I mean, it came down from such high levels, the weekly is hard to even look at. So I'm going to X this one out. Aytu, I'll wait for the breakout personally. AMD, I think there's time to get into A2, let it break out. Time to get in is when it breaks out, and there's plenty more room to run on the upside. AMD, Advanced Micro Devices. I lost a little bit of money on this recently, day trading it. If I had held it, I'd have been, I don't remember what I got in at. I'd be about even, I guess. Maybe still losing a little bit. I think I paid $27.17. But I'm not still in it. I took my loss. I took my loss like a man, a quick one, like it was in that trade for about an hour. I don't like the candle here, just the opposite of yesterday when I said, gee, I like the late action on the stock. This time I don't like the late action on the stock. Not good. So this is on the 30 minutes. It looked weak for the last 30 minutes, giving back, let's see, from 27.48 to 27.09, that's 40 cents. Significant chunk in the last half hour. Figures to maybe open on the weak side. So where do you want to get in? You want to get in right about here. If you want to go long, at about 26.75, 77, the middle of this big green candle here. So that would be my entry point, 26.77. If you want to go long, wait for the pullback. That's what I will do. This time I'm going to swing trade it. I'm not going to day trade it. So when I swing trade, I'm not buying too many shares, or I'm not buying as many shares, and I have more room on the downside, and I'm looking for more on the upside. So different philosophy. And I don't like to short stocks. If I did, maybe I'd be shorting this till about this point and then going long. But like I say, I don't short these biotechs, or this is tech. I'm sorry, I don't like to short tech either. Too volatile for me. I've been burned too many times shorting stocks. I'd rather go long. And especially over the last 15 years or so, right? It's better to have been long since 09, 9 years, at least 9 years, 10 years. All right, so I'm not going to switch and become a shorty at this point, not yet anyway. AMD, I'm thinking of going long, 2677. My stop loss would be would be lower than that. I'd have to look at the daily to take a look at what my stop would be. All right, let's look at the daily. Daily on AMD. What's the low of the day? 2627. Why not? Below that, it hits the 50-day average. So around 26 would be my stop. Probably anything below 26, I'd have to be out. Going in at 2677, looking for 28, modest. Looking for $1.23, willing to risk maybe 80 cents. Not bad odds. Anyway, that's just my thinking on AMD. I'm sure you have different thinking, and you can let me know if you do. SPY, it had a better end of the day than AMD did, although the half hour before wasn't too good. The last half hour, it got back some of its losses, pulling away from the 50 period support area. I think it finished stronger than, let's say, the Dow or the diamonds. I just want to switch over to the diamonds. I know the averages are down, the futures are down. So it's conceivable that it opens up very close to what I think would be support right here at that 285 level, 285.15. So it's possible it comes close to that at the open if the futures worsen a little bit. And if so, I'd be looking for a turnaround to the upside. Not that I play options, but I don't know how a better way to play the spiders than to play options. Unless you play the 2 times spiders, whatever symbol that is, or the 3 times, what is it, SPXU or I don't remember. I haven't played them in years. So that's the story on the spiders, but I want to switch to the Dow, the diamonds. So let's take a quick look at them. Go back. I think that was where the big trouble was in the Dow. So let's click on the Dow. The Dow had been up nicely, a couple of 100 points, I think, or close to it. And it gave most of it back to finish flat on the day. Let's take a look at the last half hour. Interval daily, as you can see, it tall up a shadow, so that lends credence to what I just said. Let's just look at the 30 minutes. The 30 minutes shows a big red sucker there at the end, like AMD did. Let's take a look at even a shorter interval, 10 minutes if they have it. They have 15 minutes. Take a look at the 5 minutes. Uh-oh, I don't like the looks of that. That is scary looking, but it stopped right at support. Good sign. So, but however, if it opens up below the support line, then I think we're looking at this low here at 25,916. 50-point drop maybe at the open. So it could be more than that, right? Could be. Could be that well, the futures are indicating, the S&P futures are indicating a drop of 10 S&P points. So that would be, how many Dow points? About 80? Yeah, it could be lower than that. Yeah, as of now. Let's just go back to the daily again. All right, so the low of the day yesterday was 25,789. I hope that proves to hold up if it's a bad opening. Bad open on the Dow. I'm looking for support at the low of the day yesterday. So let's just draw that in. And you know what? We looked at the spiders, get the idea. Support, if it breaks this support area, that would be trouble. Then you're probably talking about a plummet to the 25,372 area, maybe. So we want to hold this low from the day before. And I think that's a key level. All right. I gave you my opines on a bunch of stuff, from Biotech to AMD to the SPY to the diamonds. So I covered a lot of ground, and it's 9:27 now, and that means it's almost past my bedtime. No, I'm kidding. For whatever reason, I don't get to sleep till about midnight. I don't know why. I should try to get to bed earlier. In any event, I'll see you all tomorrow. Don't forget to subscribe to the vlog. Tell your friends about me. Give me a thumbs up. Arrivederci.